The budget is a statement detailing this country's expenditure versus its revenue. But what do all the fancy terms in that document mean to the person on the street, to the everyday person who's trying to make ends meet? That's why we are here at the Dabaka market, to talk to the people who sell to us on a daily basis, just to see their understanding of the budget and what they expect the budget to do for them when it is read before Parliament on Thursday. So I've been joined by a market woman here at the Dabaka market to get her perspective on the budget and say, "Jadasi only a casa." Pacho Efra say,
"Me pacho your friend me patience."
Pacho na den na uton say.
Me pacho me ton namoa.
Okay. Na mensa.
Me ton so mu nam kobi tilapia enam bia wo pe no. Me ton wa. Me pacho ne me pese me nti wo budget ready no say. Omu ties ye dodo. Nti omu titi ties no so. Bibia ye high my dodo. Ye bar drivers for charge and heavy. Ye di nuama bar ye ntumi nto. Nti wo se na ye charge wo no. Sana yetaisi ya utaju nti usu ubeto adina bodi mani pana untumi nto na omu kasa yesra banse anka onti budget no onti somaye
omu nto adere ye bobo mpo anipa no sa ade no ni boa ye di omu ntimi nto enu anu se ye wa ha na edidadida ye ba kura koskwa ye ho anu because ye ni ska ye di be fa se ye ba market kura ka ye fa kura ska sam ayedi bibia ye basamai ye bre enti esra ban se on boy.
Right, so we're still on the budget, and in the Western region, expectations among traders and residents of Sekondi Takoradi has been rather low. Those who spoke to City TV's Akwesi J and blamed their low expectations on what they termed as the poor impact of the 2018 budget, which promised jobs and low taxes.
Boss, what have you also been expecting in terms of what the finance minister is going to read?
Actually, last year when they read the budget, what they told us that they will come to do, we saw nothing. Look at banks collapsing. They are collapsing. So now we don't know the next thing that they are bringing out. So we are looking up if it will help us. If it won't help us, we can't do anything.
For the taxes there, I think it's shooting up. And tax costs and it doesn't help the industry. So I'm just pleading if they could reduce taxes so that at least customers too can come in and we also get our small.
Residents of the Nanumba municipality of the Northern region have been speaking to City News about their expectations ahead of the budget presentation.
What I would expect the finance minister to talk about tomorrow is an increase in the allowance of service personnel across Ghana from the current 559.04 to somewhere 700.
What I expect of the policymakers is that the trickling down of whatever policies and projects or programs they have should get to the grassroots. Yeah, the issue of decentralization is my concern. Yes, it seems to be on paper in most of our areas. Take our Eastern Corridor route, for instance. It has come to a standstill.
So we're still on expectations ahead of the budget presentation. So let's now take you to Tema, where our correspondent Elvis Washington has been engaging some industry players at the harbour.
Our expectation for tomorrow's budget will be to, one, reduce the experimentation, the interventions, and all of that. Okay, that is the surprise interventions. It must be properly outlined so that those who operate within the economic space will have certainty going forward.
Now, there were near blows among some fishermen at Abandze, a fishing community in the Infantiman constituency, over the unavailability of premix fuel.
According to some fisher folks who spoke to City News, they get only 13,500 liters of fuel from the government once every 2 weeks, or at certain times, once in 2 months. A situation they say is worrying.
There's numerous and rampant of corruption. There's a lot of haulage. People divert some of their distance. And also, nowadays, everything, premise, in the bylaw of premise, I have a premise bylaw, of whom it is the MC or the DC who is the superior of the premise and the chief fisherman. But due to partisan politics or partisan issue, nowadays the premise is basically in the hands of the government in power and the party in power.
Chiefs and elders of Kete in the Karachi West District of the Volta region say they will not allow some chiefs in the southern part of the region to frustrate efforts by government to create the Oti region.
On our concern, it will be recalled that quite recently some of our compatriots from the southern part of the Volta region have amplified their voices in Kete against the creation of the proposed Oti region. Their posture comes to us as very sad and unfortunate, especially because they are in no way affected by the creation of the Oti region. Neither have they called for it. We initially decided not to respond to their opposition because we thought it wasn't necessary until some of their paramount chiefs waded into this fray. We therefore felt compelled to come out and let the people of Ghana appreciate our real motive, and also to use this opportunity to reiterate our unwavering commitment to the Oti project.
Let's move on to some other stories. And the Mortuary Workers Association of Ghana has announced that it has put on hold its impending strike originally set for November 20.
The mortuary workers have put their intention to strike down to their low wages and poor conditions of service. It was the silence from government after several attempts to get it to listen to their plight that had influenced their decision to go on a strike. But the General Secretary of the group, Richard Jordan, says today's meeting with the Health Ministry has given them some hope.
The Minister and the Chief Director and the rest have assured us that they are on top of the game. They make a commitment of having to resolve the issues, even though our proposal was actually not touched as we wanted. Well, to what has been discussed so far, I think there are steps in getting to do it. Starting from somewhere, we have to start from somewhere. I believe we cannot solve what they should one day, but the commitment is there. Let's see how it goes. It's difficult for me to tell you whether they will solve it fully, but sincerely, I believe that with the discussion that has gone so far, they are willing to get issues solved.
Meanwhile, the Labour Commission has requested to meet the group together with the Ministry of Health next week, Wednesday, to bring an end to the matter.